Physical quantities. Let's define physical quantities. All measurable quantities are called physical quantities. For example, mass, length, time, speed, force, etc. Next we will discuss types of physical quantities. There are two types of physical quantities. 1. Base quantities. 2. Derived quantities. What are base quantities? The quantities on the basis of which other quantities are expressed are called base quantities. There are 7 base quantities. For example, mass, length, time, temperature, electric current, light intensity and amount of substance. Next, what are derived quantities? The quantities which are derived from base quantities are called derived quantities. For example, speed, force, work, energy, etc. Often we need to measure physical quantities. For that purpose we require units. In order to measure physical quantities, some standard quantities are required. These standard quantities are called units. International System of Units. The 11th General Conference on Weights and Measures, held in Paris, in 1960, adopted a worldwide system of units called International System of Units. The system international consists of 2 types of units. 1. Base units. 2. Derived units. What are base units? The units of base quantities are called base units. Let's discuss the table of physical quantities along with their symbols and units. Quantities. Their symbols. Units of physical quantities and their symbols. First is mass. Its symbol is m. Its unit is kilogram, represented by kilogram. Next is length. Its symbol is L. Its unit is meter, represented by m. Next is time. Its symbol is T. Its unit is second, represented by S. Next is temperature. Its symbol is T. Its unit is Kelvin, represented by K. Next is electric current, represented by I. Its unit is ampere, represented by A. Next is light intensity. Its symbol is L. Its unit is candela, represented by CD. Next is amount of substance. Its symbol is N. Its unit is mole, represented by mole. Derived units. Let's define. What are derived units? The units of derived quantities are called derived units. Let's discuss some examples in given table of quantities. Their symbols. Their units and their symbols. Speed, represented by v. Its unit is meter per second, represented by ms raised to power -1. Next is force. Its symbol is F. Its unit is Newton, represented by N.